I welcome to all to the course of Transportation Engineering subject. In this session, I would like to explain one of the topic in Transportation Engineering subject, that is highway cross-sectional elements. So, what is highway cross-sectional element? Before going to discuss about highway cross-sectional element, let us know first where it is existing. So, cross-sectional element existing in the topic of importance of geometrical design. First, what is geometrical design? So geometrical design is nothing but it is the highway deals with this topic is about the highways. So the highway deals with dimension and the layout of the visible features of the highway. So whatever the visible features on the highway, then that is known as geometrical design. So in this topic, whatever the dimensions of the road, for example width of the road, length of the road, thickness of the road, what is the shoulder is provided, how much width is provided, how much shoulder width is provided, and how much formation width is provided. So those are all comes under the category of dimensions of the road. And the layout of visible features, whatever the visible features on the highway, for example the vehicle moving on a road surface, the opposite road or opposite vehicle must and should be a visible features. If it is not a visible features, then automatically collision is happens. So that's why this geometrical design, which is helpful for that the dimension and visible features on the highway. So whatever the elements in the geometrical design are alignment, side distance, intersection. These three are the main elements in importance of geometrical design. What is alignment, what is side distance, and what is intersection? Let us discuss these three, then later we'll start the cross sectional elements. So what is alignment? Alignment is nothing but the center line of the road or the center line of the highway is called alignment. And what is side distance? Side distance is nothing but at any instant the visible features on the highway, which means the visible features eye of the driver at a height of 1.2 meters from the road distance or road height. And whatever the objects of vehicle which is the height of 0.15 meters. So the visible features, which means eye of the driver, or obstructions, which we'll discuss in side distance. And later intersection is nothing but two or more roads are crossing at a one point, then that is known as intersection. So these three terms are discussed in geometrical design. So the main objective of the geometrical design, which is nothing but to provide a optimum efficiency of your traffic. For example, if you're not providing a optimum efficiency, which means a proper efficiency is not provided, then automatically there is a problem of traffic on road or on highway. So the operational and also maximum safety at reasonable cost, safety also should be provided. So then we can reduce the accidents. So this is the main objective of the geometrical design, that is, one is to provide the maximum efficiency of traffic, and second one is to provide the safety at reasonable cost. So these two are must and should be provided. These two are the main objectives of the importance of geometrical design. So for a geometrical design of highway deals with those following elements. Those are 5 elements is there in geometrical design concept. This concept is in second unit. In second unit, totally geometrical design, we have a 5 topics. So those are, first one is cross sectional elements, second one is side distance, third one is horizontal alignment details, and fourth one is vertical alignment details, and fifth one is intersection elements. So these five are the topics or subtopics in geometrical design of highway. So in this session I am going to discuss about the one of the subtopic, that is highway cross sectional elements will be discussed in this session. So what are the highway cross sectional element? If you see in this slide, we have a number of cross sectional elements on the road is there. For example, carriageway, shoulders, roadway width, the right of way, building line, control line. So totally highway cross sectional elements are 13 highway cross sectional element is there. So individually we'll discuss what is the highway cross sectional elements in each topic we'll discuss. First let us discuss what is carriageway. So carriageway, it is also known as roadway. It is also known as roadway. So the purpose of carriageway to provide or which is used for the movement of vehicle. It takes a vehicular loading, which means the road is used for movement of vehicles. So not only movement of vehicles, it is also used for the peoples, but carriageway especially used for the movement of vehicles only. So it may be carriageway, the roadway, which may be it is cement concrete road, which means CC road, or which means bituminous roads. So whatever it is, the roadway, the carriageway is in CC road is also is there, in bituminous pavement is also is there. So the width of the carriageway or the width of the roadway, it is depending upon how what are the factors influencing the width of the road or width of the carriageway. So it is determined based upon the width of the vehicle, how much width of the vehicle. For example, number of vehicles is there. For example, lorries, bus, bicycles. So number of vehicles is there, number of each vehicle having separate width of the vehicle. So mostly how much width of the vehicle is taken, that is given by the IRC. So based upon the width of the vehicle, and also minimum side clearance is required, because if you not provide a side clearance, then safety will automatically damage it. So that's why width of the carriageway or width of the road on the basis of two categories. One is width of the vehicle, and second one is minimum side clearance is provided. So as per IRC, whatever the dimensions of the road, for example width of the road, depth of the road, so that is given by IRC is the main code of road or highway. So IRC is given a specified code for road design. So IRC specification, the maximum width of the vehicle is taken as 2.44 meters. So in any road design, so you should take the maximum width of the vehicle is 2.44 meters, and minimum clearance should be provided 0.68 meters for single lane roads. If it is a double lane roads, provide 1.02 meters. This is roadway or carriageway. So the next, what type of width of the carriageway is provided? If it is a single lane is there, if it is a two lane is there, or if it is a multi lane is there, so how much width is provided? If you see in the slide, single lane is provided 3.75 meters. Two lanes without raised curbs is nothing but separation of carriageway and shoulder and footpath, that is known as curb. If you are not providing a curb, then it is provided 7 meters. Two lane with raised curb, if you are providing a curb, then mentioned 7.5 meters. Intermediate lane 5.5 meters, and multi lane pavement 3.5. If it is a number of lanes, if it is more than 2 or more than 3, so then that time you should take 3.5 per lane. So that is the multi-lane pavement. And also the IRC code is given for width of the road for various classes of road. Classes, which means road classification, that is national and state highway, and major district road, and other district road, and village roads. So based upon the classes of road, IRC given some width of the road, whether it is if it is a single lane road, provide 3.75 meters. If it is a two lane without raised curb, 7 meters. So what is curb? Curb is nothing but it is the separation of carriageway and shoulder, or it is a separation of carriageway, shoulder, and footpath. So then that is known as curb. So national highway, state highway given single lane dimensions values and two lane ways, and major district also is given single lane and two lane, and other district road also given single lane and two lanes. So here the column plain and rolling terrain, and mountainous and steep terrain. So plain rolling is nothing but in plain areas, if it is a no zigzag, which means no up and down areas, plain areas we should provided values. And rolling which means some up and down, some gradient, some slope, at that time also, so you should provide these values. And if it is a mountainous and steep terrain, if it is a mountainous region, if you should provide national and state highway 6.25 meters, and major district road you provide 4.75 meters, and other district road you should provide 4.75 meters. And village road for single lane is provided 7.5 meter for plain and rolling terrain, and 4 meter provided mountainous and steep terrain. So this is the diagram. If you see what how the two lane of two-way road. So this is the carriageway width based upon the width of the vehicle and clearance. So this is the two lane road, two-way road. The next, shoulders. So after the carriageway, which means roadway, the sides of the road, shoulder is provided. Shoulder is nothing but it is a emergency lane. It is serve as a emergency along. This is provided along the road edge is provided. So it is act as a single lane for vehicles. So the minimum shoulder width is provided generally 4.6 meters for a truck station at the sides of the shoulder. But as per IRC given some shoulder width also specified in the code. So that is IRC recommended for minimum shoulder width. Maximum whatever the width is provided based upon the contractor or designer or engineer, but the minimum shoulder width is provided 2.5 meters. So which is for the shoulder surface is the rougher surface than the carriageway or roadway. So this is the shoulders. So the next, after shoulder, if you see the diagrams of the shoulders, so in these slides, the first diagram it shows the shoulders. So sides of the road, sides of the two shoulders is there. One single lane or double lane, two shoulders is there along the road or sides of the road. Then footpath is there and cycle track is there. Then if you see in this diagram, this is untreated shoulders. First diagram, left side diagram, it shows the untreated shoulders, which means a proper shoulder is not provided, but the space is mentioned. That space is that is untreated shoulder. So if you see in this diagram, the right side specified shoulder is mentioned, the width is specified, that is treated shoulders. The next, roadway or formation width. Formation width is nothing but it is a summation of carriageway plus shoulder. We discussed in the last slides about shoulder, and previous slides carriageway. So the roadway plus shoulder or the carriageway plus shoulder is known as formation width. Then next, what is right of way? Right of way is nothing but it is the combination of formation width plus road margins, or the total land acquired for the road along the alignment. That is called as a right of way. right of way means the area which is required, or the area of land is required for a road alignment. So it is depending upon the several factors, based upon the future's development. The next, building lanes and control lanes also is there. Building lane is nothing but sides of the road. After road margins, building lane is sufficient is provided for the future development of roads. If it is a in future, the road is extended, which means at that time, building lane is separate provided. So if it is building lane is not provided, the obstructions are the buildings are sides of the road. In future development, there is a problem of building lanes. And control lane also is provided. This is also nature of the building up to the setback distance, or it is also control the some obstructions. Then traffic separators are medium. The main function of the separator to prevent the collision or the movement of vehicles. So traffic separator or median is nothing but a separation of flow of traffic. In this also IRC given some width of the traffic separator or medium, that is 5 meters is provided. If at some places the area is less, so at that time reduce the 3 meters where the land is restricted. So the minimum width of the medium in urban areas, if it is urban areas, 1.2 meter is provided. So if you see in this slide, in this diagram, so we can visible the median or separators. So sides of the road, in between roads, there is a provided median or separator. The next, what is camber or cross slope? Cross slope is nothing but when the it is provide cross slope or camber is provided on road or carriageway. When the rainwater is falling on a road surface, that is drain off. So for the drain off, we should provide cross slope or camber. So if it is not provided, the water is stored on the road surface. So when it is provided, the rainwater is automatically away from the road surface. So that water is sent to the drainage sides of the drainage to remove the rainwater from the pavement surface. So it is to prevent entry of water into bituminous pavement layer. So when the falling of rainwater on road surface, so if the rainwater is stored on the, if it is a plane is provided, which means there is a cross slope is not provided, then the rainwater is automatically penetrated into the bituminous layer or below the layers. So in order to eliminate that one, so we should provide camber or cross slope. So various cross slope shapes is there. Parabolic shape, which is used for the fast moving vehicle. Straight line, which is used for the slow moving vehicle. The combination of parabolic and straight line, which is used for the fast moving vehicle and slow moving vehicle. So most of the cases, generally the combination of parabolic and straight line is used. So below the combination of parabolic and straight line, there is a table is given. So how much cement, concrete or bituminous pavement is there at that time, how much cross slope is provided, thin bituminous surface, how much cross slope is provided, water bound macadam surface, gravel road is there, how much camber is provided. There is a table is given. In that table IRC is given. So what is the curb? The next curb is nothing but it is the boundary between the pavement and shoulder. So pavement, shoulder, in between there is a curb is provided. So those are also various classification: low curb, semi curb and barrier type of curb. So you will see in this diagram. So curb is provided in this diagram. The road side, the curb is mentioned. So various diagrams also is there. The curb. The next, guardrail. So it is provided where the edges of the shoulder guardrail is provided. So for the construction of fall of exceed 3 meters, so which is provided, also provided horizontal curves to provide the better night visibility for the curves under headlight on the curves. So you can see in the diagrams. So guardrail is mentioned. So when the embankment, which means when the height of the road is there, where that we should provide guardrails. So in road margins, we have a parking lanes, lay-by, bus bays. So if it is a parking lanes provided in urban areas, we should having 3 meters width. Lay-bys is they are providing also public convenience. It should also some width, length, and both side width is provided 3 meters, length is provided 30 meters. Bus bay is also separate provided, which is located at least 75 meter away from the intersection. If you can see in many other ways, for example driveway, cycle track, footpath is also provided. For example driveway, it is connected to the highway with the commercial establishment like a fuel station, any fuel station, service station is there. So that is connected of driveway. Cycle track, it is provided in urban areas where the volume of cycle of the road at minimum width is provided 2 meters. Footpath also provided in urban areas for vehicular as well as pedestrian traffic. So this is the diagram of lay-bys and pedestrians. And bus space also is provided and separate in urban areas. That is also diagram is visible, and frontage of road also is there. So you can see in this slides, and guardrails also I'll mention. So this is the topic of highway cross sectional elements.